So I guess it's time to start. So let me welcome you to on the 95th flight overall and the last flight of 2024. As already talked about at the end of the last session, today I would like to concentrate on the various IFR approach procedures that we have at Reno. And so we'll kind of make it a little bit unusual. Let me welcome two new people here, Jim and Justin, to this flight. I hope you'll like it. It's been several weeks since I switched to the live planning kind of format of these flights, so I don't have any full presentation ready, just this welcome screen. And we try to think about, what we're gonna do as we go. So if you have any questions during the briefing or after, please feel free to speak up, and I'll try to answer as good as I can. All right? Okay, I guess it's all right. The session is recorded and it will be then posted on YouTube, so just so you know that your voices will be recorded as well. So today we have a flight from not this one. Let's see the login. Yes. So we will be planning flight from Lee Vining to Reno. So let's do it like this. It's gonna be an IFR flight. I guess I can use this one, and with the concentration on planning the approach, as I said. So first of all, the departure. Then, well, actually, just to very quickly check the weather. I don't want to concentrate on weather today because I think that it's quite clear. We have some weather west of the mountains, but east of the mountain range we have great visibility and clouds are quite high, so that should be all right. And also winds should be quite all right. Yeah, a slight headwind predicted, but nothing real unusual. Maybe we'll be flying at 15,000 feet almost for a brief period of time. So yeah, so some headwind. So that means that you will have more time to execute all the stuff. So that's fine. All right then. So first, the airport is kind of written here in this brownish color. That means that it doesn't have any IFR procedures available. So it is a good thing that the weather is quite nice, right? So we can depart visually and then continue and join on the approach. So I will bring up the page from Reno here, and let's see what kind of procedures do we have here. As for the instrument approach procedures, we have a lot of them. And then we also have some standard terminal arrival star charts. And if I remember correctly, which I do not, I believe that we spoke about the starver one last time, because it can start from Sleet there all the way to Tarver, and that should actually work in our favor. So if I go Sleet there, you can see that it will point us here. The star procedures itself is RNF1 GPS, so you need a GPS unit for this. Nice. And then we have some altitudes about like 14,000 feet or something, but this is like to be expected. You can be cleared to fly a little bit lower, but why not try to actually climb quite high today, just for the sake of it. So how to get to Sleet? Let's say that since we are departing Lee Vining and there are some routes that we could use and join them in order to kind of in order to be safe, you know, from the terrain and so on. So I would basically climb above the airport a little bit, and when I see that I'm high enough, I would turn west and climb to this 14,600 at least on a Tango 298, and then at some point we would just switch to direct sleet when we are very close, and we can start our approach from there. For that, I also want to check the weather at our destination regarding the winds. Right now it's a variable at 3 knots, and also variable winds are predicted. So it means that we would most likely be able to use any runway that is available there. And if I check the chart, and yes, this is north, good. So we have runway 35s and 17s. Those are the main runways that have all the instrument procedures. So if you check it carefully, then from Sleet all the way to Reno, it's basically straight. This Sleet is basically already aligned with the center line of runways 35s. You can see it from this ILS vein here. It's basically not quite, but it's just a straight flight from there. So it depends if you want to do like an approach to 35, or if you want to do some more interesting approach, maybe to runways 17s or something like that. So let's see it. I will also include tar there, so I see what it is, and it is there, Starver. All right. So I asked you if you want me to brief a specific approach that you would like to fly. So is there someone that can tell me which approach they would like to fly, and let's look at it.
So Thomas, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Now you're approaching from the south. Now I had to take a different Victor Airways because I have a Cessna. It's not going to climb to 15,000. So I'm actually going through Victor 105, and I was going to go to 17R. Who decides? Is it ATC who's going to kind of tell us that should we pick 17 or 35?
Yeah, ATC would tell you, but you have all the rights to actually ask for a different runway, and ATC can either allow that or not.
Okay, so if you see on the right hand side, I am forced to take the other one, the Victor 105. So I was going to go and try the 17R, but go ahead and do the 35 because most people will be using your route. So it'll be a good learning.
Yeah, but you know, if you have any approach that you would like me to review, then let's have it. So which one do you want to fly?
So if I ever reach there, I'll be on 17L.
Okay, but what approach?
This will be the ILS approach.
ILS approach to 17 left.
Let me just say 217 right. 217 right.
Okay, so ILS to 17 right.
And I have another question there. They have three separate. They have an X and a Y and a Z.
Yes.
I don't know why there are three.
Let's open them and see. Okay. Yeah. Usually, if I'm correct, you should be using the Zulu. No, that's actually Zulu is actually with some turns. All right. Well, it depends on the equipment. So, for example, if I take the Zulu, you can see that some initial approach fixes, for example, clock and hoboa, means that you need to have equipment that can fly these radius to fix turns. Right. So there's some imaginary fix there, and this is similar to a DME arc. But in order to fly that according to the GPI on the GPS, you need to have equipment for that, right? And it even says it here, DME required, and RNAP approach GPS from hobo or clock, it's radius to fix, RF. G1000, I think, should have this capability, but I'm not entirely certain.
Okay, I don't know if it has, but okay, carry on. And
yeah, and if you're flying from Victor 105, then what kind of initial approach fix do you want to fly? We have some Mustang VOR.
So I'll go to the VOR, and then from the VOR, I take a 231 radial out to the airport, which I thought will take me to a 17.
Do we
But
have?
again, Thomas, I've not done. I mean, I've looked at it. I'm kind of confused. Hence the questions.
This is Mustang. This is Mustang VOR.
I think
This.
the VOR it says is FMG, right? That's what it comes up on my. I don't know
Yes.
what FMG is.
Yes, it's Mustang.
Okay, is that
Hmm.
okay? Oh, that's what Mustang is. Okay.
Yeah, this is the one next to the airport.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm. If you're at Mustang, you could take VOR Delta today, because the weather is good enough.
Yeah, or you can just vector yourself on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say that you would like to fly, let's say the ILS Yankee, right? 217
Okay.
right. Normally the initial approach fix is this Liebke, and it's 27 miles out, like to the north. So not really good to fly all the way there, but the doesn't even have
That is
final
true.
approach fix. Possible it doesn't have a final approach fix. Let's see. Table with approach. Yeah, there's some. Okay. Yeah, I would consider these discs to be as kind of a final approach fix, but it's quite far from the runway. But I guess that the ATC would be able to vector you, around to join this final approach course, let's say at Zompo or something like that. Yeah, so if you are able to vector yourself, then you can join that one, to fly a little bit there and then just join this one. But normally, this one has only one initial approach fix, as I can see, and that's Liebke or Leipzig. So that would mean that from there you can start the approach. And then it's pretty straightforward, because you just continue down. You need to adhere to those minimum altitudes, and when you reach discs, then you can reliably start following the glide slope indication on the ILS.
Okay. Well, now that you mentioned it's 27 miles out, right? Maybe I'll have to reconsider and look. It's going to be a very long time in my Cessna, so maybe I'll join you all in the 3.5 left. Is that what you're going to take?
I don't know yet.
Okay. Okay. So I'll think about it. But thank you for that. I need to do a little bit
Yes.
more reading.
Or
Thanks.
you can try to do this one if you have this G1000, and you can try to configure ILS Zulu starting at clock, and you can see, if you are able to actually do this.
Okay, I will look. Thank you.
All right. So the way how to look at any chart is basically you can review the information like in order, right? So before you depart, if you already have some approach in mind, it's good to brief it all already when on the ground. Just of course you will then refresh in the air, but properly to brief it on the ground if possible. So you can spot, all the stuff that you need to spot. So it says that it's a localizer, DME, or ILS at the frequency is 110.9er for the localizer. Final approach course 167 degrees, and runway landing distance is 10,000 feet, and the elevation 4,415. DME is required for this approach. Of course, it can be kind of supplemented by GPS. And from hover or clock, you need also this radius to fix capability. It doesn't say here on the bottom that it's authorized only or authorization required. So it's also possible to be flown by general public, this one. Then we have some information about circling, not available at night, and for in operation landing glides. You need to increase some visibilities, RVRs. runway visible range 1800 authorized with use of flight director or autopilot, or hood. This heads-up display to decision altitude. Missed approach on this is to climb to 13,000 on the RNF missed approach route to Yarku and hold. So that means just straight ahead. Not straight ahead, initially straight ahead, but then you kind of follow this route to Yarku and you continue climbing and hold to 13,000. And then there is asterisk missed approach requires minimum climb of 390 feet per nautical mile to 8,000 feet. So then you need to check in your aircraft performance if you are able to maintain that. Yes, and that actually applies only if you use these minima. So, yeah. So you have several minima, right? Normally you have a straight-in minima for just one of them, but now you have basically two. One with that asterisk, so as long as you can maintain this minimum climb of 390 feet per nautical mile all the way to 8,000 feet, you can use the minima of 200 feet AGL. However, if you are not able to maintain that, if you can only do the standard, then you need to use the other minima, which is 723 feet AGL, and these are MSL values, right? And yeah, then we have some circling minima if you want to land on a different runway. Which also brings me here, Suresh. I believe that also the approaches to 3.5s have circling approaches as well. So you should be able to pick also that one, approach the runway and then circle to land on a different runway if you want to.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, that one was straight in, and then we had another one, and that's X-ray. How is that different? GPS, RNF, DME required. Yeah, I don't see much differences to the Yankee one. Do you have any differences? This has a normal final approach fix. Yeah, to be honest, I am not sure why this one doesn't have a final approach fix indicated. What's different about this one?
I think it's libg for that as well.
It's what?
Very top of the libg, I don't know. It's in the very top of the plan view. It's below the Reno tower frequency, IIF libg, isn't it?
I can see here libg.
Yeah, and above that in brackets, is that IIF?
Yes, that's initial approach fix.
Okay.
I believe this one also have libg as initial approach fix.
Yeah, okay.
And additionally this one. I'm trying to
see a difference.
Okay, this is not... Okay, so this one is actually RNP approach as well. So those fixes are defined as an RNP fixes. And this approach is for you if you don't have any GPS capability. So that's the difference. Right, this one is with the GPS, so you have one additional approach fix, initial approach fix that you can use, and the other one is not like a GPS approved. Yeah, and as you can see, this one also has the another missed approach procedure. There is a left turn to 6,300, actually climb to 6,300 and then climbing left turn to 11,000 direct FMG, and then on the radial 017 to nicer intersection, which you will identify either by the DME from FMG well, actually it's DME required, so you can do that one, and the backup is the cross radial from Hotel Zulu November for tech. Alright, so those are like ILS approaches. Anything, those are like standard, almost standard ILS approaches. Is there something that you didn't understand about those?
No, I think I've done enough of homework there. So I think I do. It's just
Okay.
that putting all of them together. So I'm not sure how far I'll reach today, but I'm going to try. If I do get totally confused, I'll just cancel the IFR clearance and visually land, but we'll see.
Yeah, that's
We'll
fine
see.
as well. Fine as well.
Because I think the instrumentation might get me. There's a whole lot happening in the G1000 trying to figure it out. But I think 3 or 4 of similar flights like this, and I'll be in good shape.
Yeah. I believe that I'll actually check my capability if I am able to do those radios to fix turns, and if so, I will maybe try this one, even though I'm coming straight from south, just for the heck of it. So, any other approach you would like me to look at?
Maybe this, I don't know if everybody wants to do the straight in 3-5 right, is it?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
And the ILS
Yeah.
or RNF or GPS?
I only know ILS. I don't know the others, so I don't know what the others. But maybe the group can suggest what they want to see.
I was going for the RNF X-ray 35 right.
RNF X-ray 35 right. The RNP one? No, X-ray,
GPS.
X-ray, yeah, GPS. It's 735 right. This one.
Yes.
All right, so let's look at this one then.
Just it connects to Tava, so, and it has a circling minima.
Oh, it's convoluted here.
Yeah.
So this one has a good. It directly attaches to the star, to the Tarver. What was the number of it? Tarver 1 arrival. Close some of the others. So it connects directly, and from there you basically again continue straight down, right? So Tarver is an initial approach fix in this case, and then we continue to Spoon, which is this one. Then we continue from Spoon. Let's see.
To Rhodo,
To
I think.
Rhodo. Yes. Where is Piditz? Where is Piditz? Oh, it's almost overlaid with Spoon, right?
Yeah.
So this Piditz or Piditz and Spoon are almost on top of each other. The difference is just where you fly from. So then it's 9,900 from Spoon all the way to Rhodo, which is intermediate fix, and then you continue onwards. So 5.6 miles to Punta, then Suti, which is the final approach fix, Paxam, and then the runway. All the way from Rhodo, you have also the vertical profile depicted here. As for the minima, you can do either LNAV, VNAV. In that case, you have a decision altitude of 5,471 feet, which is just over 1,000 feet AGL. Or if you do just LNAV, that means without any vertical guidance, then you have again 2 sets of minima, I believe, depending on your climb performance. Yes, so if you can meet a minimum climb of 250 feet per nautical mile to 5,600 feet on the missed approach, then you can use the lower minima, but it's just 100 feet less. Yeah, is there anything strange? It's pretty straight in, so I don't see any problems here. Missed approach climb to 11,000 direct fallbacks and on track 346 to tackle and hold. Yeah, so it's straight ahead to the north.
Cold weather altitude correction might be worth mentioning. Not today, but maybe in some cases.
Yeah, that's true. So this symbol here is that means that if the temperature on the airport is minus 13 degrees Celsius or less, you need to do these altitude corrections, and can probably find the table for it. Cold correction. Is it here? Yes, it's basically here. So yeah, sometimes it might be a little bit kind of confusing how to orientate in this table. But let's say that because your altimeter will show like a correct altitude only in standard atmosphere. If there is like a difference in temperature, it will show some error. And it's kind of I believe there is this mnemotechnic helper which says that like from high to cold, or from hot to cold, watch out below, or something like that. And that means that if it is very cold, your altimeter will tend to show a higher reading than where you actually are. Do I see it correctly?
I think it's a lower reading. You're closer
Lower
to the
reading.
ground. I think you have to add these numbers, right?
No, I'm speaking about what the altimeter will show to you.
Yeah, that's correct.
And I believe the altimeter will show you, well, if it shows you lower, then you are safe because you climb higher. So it must be showing higher altitude than where you actually are.
Sorry.
Right?
Makes sense.
Yeah, difference between pressure and true altitude indicated and true.
Yeah. So if it is cold, yeah, it will show higher than where you actually are. So you need to add something to it. And how much you add is determined by this. And how to read this table. These altitudes on the top, those are the altitudes above the elevation of the reporting station. So let's say that at Reno, they would report, what is the elevation of it? 4,400 feet, right? And let's say that you are still at Spoon, you are on the approach. And at Spoon, let's say that you are at, let's say you are still at 12,000 feet, or yeah, you are at 12,000 feet. That means that you are roughly 8,000 feet above the reported, yeah, 8,000 feet above the elevation of the Reno. And in that case, you go to the table and look for the 8,000 here, which is not there. So let's pick some example that I can actually work with. We are not at Spoon, but we fly closer, and let's say we are at here, Sati, right? This is roughly 4,000 feet above the Reno. And if Reno reports that it has minus 30 degrees Celsius on the ground, then you need to go look for 4,000 and minus 30 degrees, and actually 760 feet is the altitude that you should fly higher. So at Sati, you don't want to be at 8,100 indicated, but you want to be at 8,860 indicated, right? To be safe. Because your altimeter will have an error of 760 feet. So that's what this means, and what you need to allow. And you can notice that as you come lower, this altimeter error will be less. So, for example, 1,000 feet above ground, it will be only 200 feet, 190, 500 feet, it's going to be 100 feet difference, and so on and so forth. Is this clear?
Yep.
hopefully. Today, the temperature at Reno is +8, so we are good. Yeah, otherwise I don't see anything really difficult about this one. Yeah, maybe one comment. You don't need to fly at this altitude at those points, but you need to be above them. So it's a good thing to maybe calculate your rate of descent based on like feet per nautical mile from the climb and descent table, and then try to maintain that. Or if you know that you will be descending, let's say 700 feet per minute, then you convert it to miles. Miles per minute, and then you know when you need to start descent in order to do like a continuous descent, so you don't need to do like dive and hold and dive and hold and so on. For example, you can notice that from Panti to Sati you should lose only like the minimum altitude is different only by 500 feet, and you have almost 3 miles to lose it. And in 3 miles you normally lose like 1,000 feet. So let's say that you can be at Ponty at 900 and 9,100 and maintain some standard 3-degree descent, and still hit Sati correctly and continue with the descent. All right. Any questions to this approach? Guess not. Anything other? Any other that caught your eye? And hello, Gene. I don't know how long you've been here, but I just noticed you.
Hello, just snuck in.
Okay. This one, VR Delta. Yeah, that's a basic VR approach. Okay, we've done a lot of those nowadays. Do we have any GPS to 17s? I don't like this one. Yeah, I will probably try to fly this one if avionics allow me to do so. Let's see how that goes. Okay, at Reno, where is the general aviation stand? We have terminal, fire station, decommissioned tower. Do we have any general aviation area? There is FBO here, so maybe there. Yeah, I will head there after landing. All right, guys. Any questions?
No.
I
So are we
got it.
gonna?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, Val. No, I was just going to mention, Thomas, that when I read the briefing that you had, I understood that we could fly this VFR as well.
Yeah.
And I don't have any instrument training at all, so I'm just going to be flying at VFR
Yeah,
to
sure.
the north of where
Sure.
we are.
Good. You are not obliged, to follow exactly this one. This is like a group flight, so we can all like meet and fly together. But ultimately, it's up to you, what you want to do. I will not be testing you on this or anything like that. So as long as you adhere to VATSIM rules and code of conduct, then you are free to do whatever you want.
Thomas, can you talk a little bit about filing the flight plan here?
Yes, I can file a flight plan. So let's do that. So I'll actually file it here. So flight plan. Where does it open? Flight plan, nothing. Flight plan button in vPilot doesn't want to work. Okay, so let's go to iWhatSim. And flight planning, file flight plan. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I will fill the basic rules, basic stuff, flight, equipment, that's gonna be GPS today, departure, of block, let's say 2030, altitude, yeah, okay, and from here we already go here. So, since I'm from Sleet, I'm gonna follow these, like, Tower 1, is it there? Yes. So I will probably do something like, should I do like this just for flight planning purposes? I don't think so. I believe that today I'll just go like direct, like in the flight plan, I'll just go direct Sleet. But I will try to, yeah, I'll probably go direct Sleet from there. And as far as filing of the altitude, you should adhere like in your flight plan to the minimum altitude. So if I go direct west, that means that I need to use even thousands. And I believe I will need to file like 16,000 feet here for me. So that's what I would do. So I would go into flight plan, altitude 16,000, airspeed, I believe like I want 145. I won't file any alternate today because I don't need to. And route time, let's see. If I go to, I don't plan to go all the way to 16,000 because I can ask, you know, ATC to lower that for me. Navlog, domain route time, 50 minutes. I will put like an hour and 5 minutes because I want to do this circling approach there. Not circling, but this ILS to the different direction. So I'll just put 1 hour and 10 minutes. Fuel endurance, I will have a fuel for 3 hours. Route will be that just this one for me. And that's quite it. I don't need to do anything else here. I can just file it. But you plan something else, right? You are planning Victor 105.
Yeah. So I'm actually, I was thinking VFR initially until I reach Yeren, and then of course. So in my flight plan, I'm guessing, do I have to put all the airports that I'm going to? For example, I have.
If you're going VFR, you don't even need to file a flight
No,
plan, right?
no. What I meant was, I might take off VFR, and then I'm going. Once I join the Victor Airways, I'll try for the IFR.
Okay. I would do something like this in your case. So there's Nickel there.
Yeah. Do you see the? Yeah. See, I'm joining at Yeren, which is yes. No, not that low. Not that low. Scroll up a little bit. Yeah, it's in the middle of the Victor. Yeah. These, yes, and right there, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
right
you would like to fly like here?
Yeah, I mean, I have to because that has a
Okay.
lower altitude, which I can fly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, this is 14,000 here. Okay, I believe there are some mountains right here. Yeah, there are some mountains.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So yeah, so in that case, something like this.
Right.
And not even that one. Well, if you start at Yerin, then you know fly. Type just Yerin and then Tango 105 to Mustang.
Yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in my flight plan, do I just say Yerin as the first?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is also an option, just maybe something that I cannot do it on SkyVector completely, but you should be able to put it like this. So type like Nicole, for example, let's say that we want to go here and join on this airway, but there is no intersection there. You're still able to do so. You know, there are some procedures or some maybe tech routes that will actually tell you, even without the intersection, to kind of switch to the another airway. We have a different MEA obviously there, so you need to be there, but you can still do it. And in that case, you would just fly or file like Nicole, then Victor 230, and then immediately, let's say Victor 105, and that would indicate that you're just switching the airways, you know, without any intersection in between.
Right.
Also
That was just
possible.
coming too long. That's why I didn't pick that.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. So, so my big question is, if I have this route, the one that you show, am I just filing it on the ground? Or I know you have said something about,
You can file it on the ground and activate in the air. Not a problem.
okay, and I just don't know what that means by file on the ground and activate it. What does activate
No,
mean?
you know, until you activate the flight plan with the controller, it's not active.
So what does that mean? What am I doing to activate with flight controller with the ATC?
You
Do I?
just ask for IFR clearance,
Okay, so I
right?
file
So
it in the,
yeah, so asking in the air is easier than asking on the ground. So you just you know, you fly and you just contact them. You tell them where you are and that you want to you request IFR clearance to your destination.
okay. And I see that there is no, I mean, I see there is only a center. Is that the controller I'm reaching out to then?
Do we have any controller? Because we
Well,
didn't
it
have
comes
any.
up in it comes up in VATSIM. So
But we
on
have,
VATSIM, and
but that's Denver Center. We are not there.
okay. So so in this case, if nobody's there, then what happens?
Nothing. You just fly yourself.
Okay. Okay.
CTAP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When
Okay.
I file this flight plan, if I go
Yeah.
here, I will receive this auto ATC in my vPilot client. It will tell me that I should squawk this one. So if any controller comes online while I'm flying, then they will be able to identify me by that one already.
So does that always come up, that auto ATC that you just, the tab?
If you file an IFR flight plan and there is no ATC that currently controls you, then yes.
Okay. And if there is an ATC, would it automatically come up and
No,
say this is a, no?
no.
Okay.
If there is ATC,
Okay.
you need to ask for the clearance.
Okay.
They might have some, you know, other processes, like they can tell you, they can send you some pre-departure clearance or something like that. If they do that at those positions, but it's not this auto ATC. Something else.
So is there somebody at Reno today, or is that also vacant?
No, there is nobody right now.
Okay.
But
So
they
that
might
relieves.
come. They might come, you know.
Okay.
And if they come, you need to be ready to speak to them.
Yeah. So yeah, let's see if I get there in the first place. But thank you. I mean, I have tons of. This is the first time I have so much of instrumentation, this map, that map, that I'm going to be lost. But it'll be a good, fun exercise to do.
Sure. And what better time to do it than when there is no controller?
Yeah, yeah, and along with a group of friends like you. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, or feel free to file just a VFR flight plan and just fly, you know, along
Yeah.
these
No,
IFR
this
routes.
time in the last week, I've spent so much of time doing the IFR course, this and that. So I'll start it, and then if I get stuck somewhere, then I'll switch to VFR.
Okay.
Now, one last question. If there is no ATC and I'm not asking for clearance, does that also mean that I'm not canceling clearance?
Yes.
Because there's, yeah, okay. Thanks.
Okay, guys. Remember at Reno we have we will be communicating on 118.7, I believe.
Yes, 118.7. Now, there is also a 122.94 in Reno. What is that?
That's military frequency. Sorry,
That's what
1 to what?
I think if you go to the Sky Vector, there is a 122.95
Yeah, it
listed.
might,
I don't know.
they
That's
might.
Unicom.
Let's see. 1 to 2.5?
122.95.
1 to 2.9. Yeah, that's Unicom.
Oh,
But
that's
it's
okay.
it's kind of a different Unicom than what it means on VATSIM.
Okay. Okay.
Right?
Also, if you
we are
have,
communicating on this one.
yeah, if you have two ATIS, then does it depend on which direction you're coming from? Is that why there are two ATIS?
You cannot tune this one. Or actually,
Okay.
that's some in the NDB range. So
Yeah,
just high
you're right.
frequency, not actually.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably. I don't know if it's in megahertz or kilohertz. This one.
UHF.
UHF. Ultra high
Ah,
frequency one.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you are not able to. It's probably for military or something like that. Yeah. Also,
Could
Reno
be.
Tower. This one is for military. You know, they are using these frequencies. All right. So it was kind of an unusual briefing. This one, but hopefully you will be able to fly whatever you want to fly, and happy flying to everyone.
Happy flying.
Happy flying.
What I need to do first is it doesn't work. Bring up the tablet. Other controls work. Yes. Because what I need to do first is to actually tow myself out of the hangar, right? I am, yeah, still away from the taxiway, so let's consider it a good enough. Why I can start the tablet. Anyway, the rest works, so that's fine. So let's see how much fuel do we have. Yes, we have enough for this flight. So yeah. We're quite high. Okay. Don't even want to start with the full mixture this high. And anyway, first parking brake there. Right. Oil pressure rising to the green. That's good. So we will be squawking 7204, I believe. No, 7024. Like so. Communication on the ground here. One to 2.9er. Right. Flight plan. Okay, and as far as that goes, I'll just move it on the second screen.
London traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, taxi, runway 15.
Procedure, and we will do arrival. Arrival, and we'll do Tarver 1. Transition. Yeah, let's go from Sleet. Runway, yeah, well. Let's see if we have arrivals. Yeah, let's actually see if we have arrivals from my direction for runway 17 instead. Is that one? Did I just forget the arrival or just break off from that? I guess I'll just... It's too high. But this one goes to clock. It's too high there. Yeah, well, I will do some hybrid because I just want to try different stuff. So that's why not gonna be really that one. So I will use that one. I will load it.
Divining traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, type dark Kodiak on the ramp, taxiing to runway 33 behind the Cherokee, divining.
Yeah, and I will do the rest while flying. Yeah, also the 33 departure. Now, when I check this, runway 33 has a right traffic pattern, so we'll be turning right there. We'll be climbing a little bit above the airport, so we can then go to sleep.
Traffic, time on 100 Tango Golf, taxi runway 33 from the ramp, Levi.
Elevation of this airfield is 6,800. There we go. Levining traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche at the hangar, taxiing to runway 33, levining. Let's stop here. Well, temperature is getting in the green, so let's do some run up. First, try to see what kind of mixture I want to set. I will put it at 2000 and then try to fiddle with the mixture. So I will lean a bit.
Traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa, departing runway 33, departure to the north. Levi.
I guess like doesn't do really much. All right.
Leaving traffic, coordinate 36 Foxtrot, departing runway 33, right crosswind departure, leaving.
Right. CDI will go to GPS here. Gene, just a heads up, I don't believe I heard you on the radio at all.
Sorry, Thomas, what is that again?
That's for Gene.
Okay, even I'm having
Leaving
trouble to find
traffic, coordinate
communication. You didn't hear me
Foxtrot,
for a
turning
radio
right
check on
crosswind,
122.9,
runway
did you?
33, and climbing visually over Mono Lake to 16,000, leaving.
1229 is the frequency.
Yeah, for some reason, something is messed up. Anyway, we'll see.
Okay, I appreciate that, Thomas. I was on the wrong comm.
Yeah, I was on 1228 as well. I should have been on 1229.
Yes, 1229er is the CTF.
I see it now. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll switch over to 1228 after I've cleared the area, right?
Yep.
Got it.
Leaving traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, Piper Comanche, taking off runway 33, will be making right turns and climbing over the airport, leaving.
Leaving traffic, Comanche 6529, Lima, upwind of 7,500, will be departed the area to the north. Leaving.
Airspeed is alive. Gear up.
Leaving traffic time on 110 Golf, departing 33, departure to the north, leaving.
Rewarning traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, about 5 miles northeast, 13,000, climbing 16,000, departing to the east, correction, departing to the west, final call, Rewarning.
Anyway, traffic, Diamond 1 and our takeoff overhead Mono Lake 8500, departing northbound, final call, rewinding.
Binding traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 10,500 feet above the airport, departing to the west, final call, rewinding. Today I will actually try autopilot.
About 10 miles west of the airport, 1,500, departing to the northwest, call Bismarck.
We will do the track low, I believe. And we're tracking GPS. Let's see how that goes. No altitude hold, that's gonna be done by me. We'll see if it picks it up correctly. Light rudder trim to the right. We are in BMC, so I see the mountains. Let's actually head away from them. We'll rejoin our course. Today is the day that I will use the autopilot to kind of get a little bit proficient on it, but when it comes to the approach I want to fly it without autopilot. So I wanted to see approach, and I believe it was ILS Zulu runway 17 right. ILS 17 right Zulu. Let's see, can I move it like this? Remove approach. Doesn't look correctly. Transition clock. Oh. Yeah, it probably can fly it, so let's try to use that. Maybe can go direct clock, right? Oh, it will actually put me away from all the mountains. Okay, let's actually do that. Let's practice only the approach today. Yeah, I would like to have more fields here. Let's see if I can get to 16,000 feet here. I altered my clearance to go to clock. Okay, so since I want to be at Zompo at... yeah, let's say I want to be there at 7,500, right? That means that from 16,000 I will need to lose 8,500 feet. I will try to aim for 500 feet per minute, so 8,500 feet I'm gonna lose in 17 minutes. So when I know my ground speed at altitude, I will calculate how soon I need to start descending. 17 minutes of the descent. 1,000 feet to go. still climbing. That's impressive for a normally aspirated engine. Already breathing my extra oxygen. My co-pilot doesn't have one. .500 feet to go. Temperature is -10, so let's start some heating. Yeah, that's not having heat. I don't like this cabin vent that it's kind of, yeah. Right, let's pitch down. We are up. We are up. We are now flying directly to clock. doing about 140 knots. So we are doing 140 knots. Yes. And we need 17 minutes for the descent. That means that we need approximately 40 miles to do so. Alright. So, 40 miles. Let's just do that. So, 40 miles. And from there, so it's 8.6 plus 4, that's 13, and 9, that's 21. So about 20 miles from clock, 50 miles, I will start my descent. True airspeed, let's calculate that one. So it's minus 10. My pressure altitude, let's find my pressure altitude. Yeah, it's about 16,000. So pressure altitude 16,000 and minus 10, that's this one. I'll put it on 16,000. And since I'm doing indicated around 112, that means I'm doing 145. And I filed, I believe I filed 145, so that's good. So shortly after takeoff, I decided to give myself a direct clock. I will be joining that 17 right ILS.
You know what, somehow, Thomas, I missed my Victor Airways and it went direct to clock, but I've now reconfigured it to go DRA first. I'm just trying out all the things that we can do, but the instrumentation, if you've not used it, it's quite tricky. But good fun, at least. I'm not sure if I'll reach, but I'm going to hearing first, and then I'll see. I have also programmed the 17 right, and I want to see how, if I cannot fly it, maybe I'll just put it on GPS and in the approach mode. Let's see how the plane operates.
Yeah, my GPS actually shows the curved path, so I believe that this one can handle it.
Yeah, I might have messed it up by, I don't know. I'm going to try it again. I'll put an autopilot and try and figure it out, because I think I had the whole thing planned out, but then something happened and it went straight to clock, and now I'm moving again back to the Victor Airways, so I might have messed up a few things. But I will try to get that.
Yeah.
This is my first time using the flight plan and all that with the 31,000, so it's a little confusing.
Okay.
The wind's kind of crazy though. 45 knots.
Yeah, I have 50.
And we seem to have some mountain waves. At least go above 12,000.
Oh, I'm at 16,000, so I'm above it.
Oh, okay. I went below
I have
at 10.
24 at 1,500.
I heard you kind of not very loud, Juan.
What about now?
Yeah, that's better.
Check something.
Yeah, not hearing you again. Sorry.
Any better now?
Yeah, seems so.
Alright, perfect. No, I was just mentioning I have 24 knots here, 1,000.
Okay.
Whoa.
Right, it's a calm flight. Yeah, we actually avoided the mountains there. We're basically heading that direction. So 30 more miles or 35, and then we'll start descending. Try to see what this like is. Let's bring up the VFR chart there. Most probably that one. Let's see. No. Lake Tahoe. Okay. But Lake Tahoe... Why is it showing like this? Must be close. Yeah. Then Tahoe. That's not that one. One is smaller. Probably Topaz Lake there. Yep. Topaz Lake. Lake Tahoe is behind the ridge. It's there. 16,000. Let's try to find some weather station along the way. So, for example, this one, altimeter 3038. So let's configure that. 3038. And suddenly we are high, but we are descending ever so slightly, so I'll let it go. We have 316. Okay. Slight correction. Engine's working fine. We have more fuel in the right tank, so let's switch to the right one. There we go. Let's go through the approach again. We'll be using ILS Zulu, runway 17 right. We're flying from clock. So we will join clock, and at clock we should be about, our altitude will be around, if I calculate it right, about 12,000 feet. Let's keep descending. Hitting all those restrictions on the way, so from clock to Velve, and the slabs we already reviewed that the path looks good in here. And then when we finish the turn to Zompo, we will intercept the localizer, and it will try to be at 7,500 feet at Zompo. Possible. Then we descend to 7,400, and then we have a final approach fix and also the ILS interception point at discs, and then we follow the ILS all the way down the runway. We have enough performance to meet this, so our minima is 4,615 feet. So if we need to go around, then we'll climb to 13,000 feet on the RNF missed approach route to Yarko, and then hold there. Okay, 20 more miles to go until I start my descent. There. First thing it says above descent here. I don't really know. I will not be using that one. Oh, we have descended too much. Let's hold our altitude. .65 knots wind. Already tune in the 110.9er. Oh, it's already there, so let's tune in there. 0.9er, is it the correct one? Yes. Final approach course will be 167. I will actually try to fly this using autopilot to see what it's gonna do, because I'm interested to see. This is a very basic autopilot, so we will see what it can follow sufficiently. Okay, so the Lake Tahoe is there, actually behind the ridge. 10 more miles until we start descending. We already started, right? That's not that yet. And I believe we can already tune the 118.7. Target. I don't want to be clock. Is it 10,000? No, this is not active. Great RAS. That's strange because it should not be a hard restriction. It is hard restriction here. Why? Not correct. And I changed it. Type at or above. Save. Okay. It's better. And then if I go to utilities, INA, oh, it doesn't. Interesting. Why? GPS should be the one. What happened there? messing around with it somehow, and I started climbing more. I'll put the approach plate on my second screen so I can follow it. Start a slow descent then. Pull out carb heat there. And we should also activate the approach, right? So, approach. Activate approach. Right? Oh. Doesn't look like it wants to capture that one. Okay then, so let's go. Go into heading mode. What's happening with the descent? I don't want to descend that fast. 500 feet per minute. Will do. I have troubles controlling this airplane. Sometimes it just wants to rise, climb, sometimes it wants to descend too much. Now let's see. Maybe it's the wind. I don't know. Will it capture this time? Actually help it. So, heading mode. Oh, it starts to descend violently. Heading mode, and when it starts closer. Right, are we converging? We are converging. Now we're finally stabilized the craft. Is the latest weather at Reno, so altimeter is 3037. Wind 190 at 4. Okay. Then minus visibility, few clouds at 11,000 feet. It's quite alright. Good weather, and the METAR is actually half an hour old.
Reno traffic, November 36 Foxtrot, type direct Kodiak on a 10 mile final runway 35 right, Reno.
Winds are picking up. We need to be above 10,000 feet at the clock. We will be. See one aircraft right there. Range, I should not see that at all.
Green traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, 5 miles final, runway 35 right, circling to runway 17 left, Reno.
We'll probably be at those 12,000 feet at the clock, as I anticipated. From clock, it's gonna be a course of 331.
Reno traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot on the left downwind, 17 left, Reno.
Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie is about 10 miles east of the airfield at 1-2,000 feet, and we'll be doing an ILS approach to runway 17 right, Reno. Okay, we are at clock 12,000 feet. As I predicted. That's a coincidence. We have lower ground speed now, so I don't need to descend that fast, but still power. We need to cross Belbe. Well, we can go all the way to 9,000 feet, all the way to Slabs.
Reno traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning left base, runway 17 left, Reno.
There's the airport. Fuel. More in the left one, so let's switch. Finish on the left one.
Reno traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, turning final runway 17 left, full stop landing, Reno.
Reno traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima is on about a 10-mile right base for 17 left, 8,500 feet, Reno.
There's some over around us. I don't see any traffic. Flying quite slow here. Probably can do like 140, but I'll keep it like this. Ready. Maybe it would be beneficial to actually descend faster because of the winds. Who cares? Anyway, I will be crossing Belbe, and we are at 13 miles from Zompo, and 13 miles.
Reno traffic, Kodiak 36 Foxtrot, runway 17 left, located, taxi to
At 120 knots. I will do 13 miles in about 6 minutes, and I will be able to like 3,000 feet, which is exactly what I need to lose. Actually a little bit less, so on a good path. Descending ahead of schedule, and that's because my speed is lower than I anticipated, so I can even add a little bit of power to not to descend that fast. Probably also turning into the headwind there. So I anticipate that maybe even slower going. So there's some aircraft. Yes, landing lights can go on. Already have the ILS runway 17. I will switch this to 2 miles away. All the way to
Reno traffic,
Slabs,
Comanche 65,
9,000
29
feet.
Lima is on about a 10-mile final, runway 17 left.
Okay, descent rate is good. Then when passing slabs, I can go to 7,500.
Reno traffic, Diamond 19 on takeoff, 10 mile final, runway 17 right, Reno.
Okay, wind is dying down a little bit. Now, what will it do? Above 9,000 feet, so that's good. Right.
Reno traffic, Cessna Sierra Tango Delta Echo Victor 3, 10 miles east, 9,400 inbound for landing. Reno traffic.
It does turn a bit. I've selected the sensitivity to low there, so it doesn't behave too erratically. But maybe I can switch it to
Reno
high.
traffic, Cherokee November 832 Papa
See.
Whiskey, 10 miles southeast. We're landing on 17 right. Reno traffic.
Let's see if high sensitivity will help it. And I do need to descend 7,500 feet. So 167 is the final approach course, so let's put it there. Feet to go. Dumpo. Runway E. It is 2.5, so that's 2 miles less. So at some point I will be like 1,000 miles. Check, yes, I will stay on left. Still have my carb heat on. wonder if it switches from GPS to ILS itself or not. Guess I'll wait and see. Up.
Reno traffic, Comanche 6529 Lima has vacated 17 left 3.
Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 12 mile, 12 mile final, runway 17 right. I believe it's time to switch.
Traffic, Tango 100 Tango Golf, final runway 17 right, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cherokee, Papa Whiskey, about 5 miles south, maneuvering for right downwind, runway 17 right, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cessna Sierra Tango Delta Echo Victor 3 to left downwind 17 left. Reno traffic.
Okay, I have some strange indications on my PM. Okay, yeah, because I have forced. I already can go to 7,400. Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 10 mile final, runway 17 right, Reno. Now I should be intercepting less. I want to fly it manually now.
Reno traffic, Cherokee, ACC Papa Whiskey, about 5 miles southwest, eastbound, right downwind, runway 17, right, Reno traffic.
Reno traffic, Cessna Sierra Tango Delta Echo Victor 3 to the left base 17 left. Reno traffic.
Reno traffic, Diamond 1 Niner Tango Golf. 1 runway 17, right vacated, crossing runway 17 left, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cessna Sierra Tango Delta Echo Victor 3, final, 171. Reno traffic.
Drop forward. Mixture almost reach. Landing gear.
Reno traffic,
Down.
is 2 miles right 45, for 1 right full stop. Reno traffic.
Flaps. 1. Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, 3 mile final, runway 17 right, full stop, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cherokee 822 Papa Whiskey, turning right downwind, runway 17 right, full stop, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cessna Sierra Tango Delta Echo Victor 3, clear the runway on Charlie at Delta. Reno traffic.
Okay, number of flaps. Landing with flaps 2. Landing gear is locked. Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, final runway 17 right, full stop, Reno.
Reno traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, turning right base, runway 17 full stop, Reno. 17 right, Reno traffic. Reno traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, turning final, runway 17 right, full stop, Reno traffic.
Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, vacated runway 17 right left on Juliet, continuing right and crossing 17 left at Juliet, Reno. Reno traffic, Oscar Kilo Golf Papa Charlie, runway vacated and taxiing to the FBO in Reno.
Reno traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, clear of 17 right on Juliet. Reno traffic, Cherokee 832 Papa Whiskey, taxiing to the ramp via Juliet Bravo Kilo. Reno.
The building is I'll just park it here. Right. So that's it for today. And hello, Hamachakani. And here, you're listening. Yes, that's basically the only aircraft that I fly in the simulator. Anyway, that was it. Today it was quite an exception because I used an autopilot, which I don't use at all, but I wanted to test how the autopilot will handle this radio to X approach stuff. If it was quite alright. but next time it's just gonna be pure hand flying again as always. So take care. I wish you Merry Christmas and see you after a new year. Bye bye.